Every consistently profitable trader I've ever studied, every hedge fund manager, every market wizard, every legend who turns small accounts into fortunes, they all follow the same handful of rules. Not complicated rules, not secret rules, simple rules. Rules so simple that most traders hear them, nod, and then completely ignore them. Today, I'm going to give you 5 rules. Just 5. If you follow them, truly follow them, not just agree with them, you will be in the top 10% of all traders. That's not hype, that's math. Because 90% of traders fail precisely because they refuse to follow these 5 simple principles. Let's begin. Rule number 1. Never risk more than 1% of your account on a single trade. This is the rule that keeps you alive. Paul Tudor Jones, who has been trading for over 40 years and has never had a losing year, has said this is the single most important rule in all of trading. Here's why. If you risk 1% per trade, you can lose 20 trades in a row and still have 80% of your account intact. 20 losses in a row. That's almost impossible with any halfway decent strategy. But if you risk 5% per trade, 4 bad trades and you're down 20%. 8 bad trades and you've lost a third of your account. The math is brutal, and it's asymmetric. A 50% loss requires a 100% gain to recover. Most traders think risk management is boring. It's not boring. It's the entire game. Every single trader who has blown up an account did so because they violated this rule. Every single one. Rule number 2. Cut your losses fast and let your winners run. Jesse Livermore said it over 100 years ago. Ed Seykota said it 40 years ago. Tom Hougaard says it today. And yet it remains the hardest rule for any trader to follow. Here's the psychology behind it. When you're in a losing trade, your brain tells you to hold, because closing the trade makes the loss real. As long as the position is open, there's hope. Your ego clings to that hope like a lifeline. But when you're in a winning trade, your brain tells you to close it. Because you're afraid of losing the profit. You want to lock it in. Feel the dopamine hit of being right. So what do most traders do? They hold losers and cut winners. The exact opposite of what works. The greatest traders in history all learned to do the uncomfortable thing. Close the loser fast. Let the winner breathe. It feels wrong every single time. And it works every single time. Rule number 3. Only trade when your setup is present, not when you're bored, not when you feel like you should be doing something, not when you see someone on social media posting gains. Only when your specific, written down, predefined setup appears on the chart. Mark Douglas spent his entire career studying why intelligent people make terrible trading decisions. And his conclusion was simple. Most traders don't have a strategy problem. They have an execution problem. They know what they should do. They just can't stop themselves from doing other things. If your setup requires a break of structure on the 1-hour chart with a retest and a confirming candle, then that's the only trade you take. Everything else is entertainment. You can watch it, you can analyze it, but you do not put money on it. The moment you start taking trades outside your plan, you're gambling. And the house always wins against gamblers. But here's what most people don't realize about Rule 3. The hard part isn't knowing your setup. The hard part is the waiting. And this is where most traders completely fall apart. They open their charts at 9:30 in the morning. The market is choppy. Nothing is happening. Their setup isn't there. A disciplined trader closes the laptop. But most traders can't do that. They start looking at lower time frames. They start seeing patterns that aren't really there. They convince themselves that this range is about to break. By lunchtime, they've taken 3 unplanned trades and they're down 2%. And their actual setup? It shows up at 2 in the afternoon. But they're tilted, they're frustrated, they miss it or they enter with no conviction. Patience isn't just a virtue in trading, it's a profit multiplier. The traders who wait, who truly wait for their setup and nothing else. They consistently outperform everyone around them. Rule number 4, keep a trading journal. And I don't mean a spreadsheet with your entries and exits. I mean a real journal where you write down your emotional state before, during, and after every single trade. Before you enter, rate your emotional clarity on a scale of 1 to 10. If it's below a 7, you do not trade. Period. During the trade, write down what you're feeling. Are you anxious? Confident? Revenge trading? After the trade, write down what you learned. What would you do differently? Over time, your journal becomes the most valuable tool you own. It will show you patterns you never noticed. Maybe you always lose money on Mondays. Maybe you overtrade after checking social media. Maybe your best trades happen when you've exercised in the morning. This data is gold, and you cannot get it from any indicator or algorithm, only from honest self-reflection. If this is hitting home, hit subscribe. We go deep on trading psychology every week. Rule number 5, accept that losses are part of the business. This is the rule that changes everything, and it's the rule that most traders will never truly accept. Mark Douglas said it best. He said, "The best traders have evolved to the point where they believe, without a shred of doubt or internal conflict, that anything can happen." Read that again. Anything can happen. Your perfect setup can fail. Your A-plus trade can stop you out. The market can do something it has never done before. And that's okay, because you're not trying to be right on any single trade. You're trying to be profitable over hundreds of trades. When you truly accept that losses are just the cost of doing business, like rent for a shop owner or inventory for a manufacturer, something shifts inside you. The fear goes away. The anxiety goes away. The need to be right goes away. And what's left is clarity. Pure, calm, profitable clarity. Now let me tell you something that might surprise you. Every single one of these rules is simple to understand. A child could grasp them. Risk 1%. Cut losers. Wait for your setup. Write in your journal. Accept losses. Simple. But simple is not easy. Tom Hougaard puts it perfectly in Best Loser Wins. He says the market is designed to exploit your weaknesses. It will find the exact thing you're bad at and punish you for it relentlessly. If you're impatient, it will chop you to pieces. If you can't take a loss, it will take everything from you. If you overtrade, it will drain you slowly and painfully. These 5 rules aren't just good advice. They're armor. They protect you from yourself. And in trading, yourself is the most dangerous opponent you will ever face. I want to leave you with one final thought. Ed Seykota turned $5,000 into $15 million over 12 years. When asked about his secret, he didn't talk about indicators. He didn't talk about chart patterns. He said, "The elements of good trading are cutting losses, and cutting losses. If you can follow these 3 rules, you may have a chance." 5 rules. That's all it takes. Not 50 indicators. Not 1,000 hours of backtesting. 5 simple, boring, unglamorous rules that every successful trader in history has followed. The question isn't whether these rules work. The question is whether you have the discipline to follow them when every fiber of your being is screaming at you not to. That discipline, that's the real edge. That's the executed edge. And that's what separates the traders who make it from the 90% who don't.